My name's Michael Miller. I've grown a business starting with just £5,000 all the way to over 2 million in revenue. So starting off, realistically, you need to get a little bit of money together. However, if I could roll back time, I wouldn't have bought a vehicle straight away. I would have actually started a brokerage in the waste industry because this was less cost starting off. A vehicle, £5,000, website, £2,000. You're starting to increase that cost quite dramatically. Now, if I'd started a broker rather than going straight in a man and van, this setup would have cost me £2,000 instead of £7,000 as a starting cost, which is quite a lot of money when you're starting your first ever business. From a broker standpoint, it's got a low setup cost. You're not out there doing the work, you're pushing to get work to come to you, and then you're subcontracting that out to trusted suppliers that are licensed and insured. And if you're doing a broker side of things, it's very easy. You get the price from the subcontractor, and you add a 20% markup onto it. Simple, no issues. A lot of people have actually reached out to me and asked, where do I get jobs from? How do I get work? Can you provide me work? If you're outside of our area of operation and you want to get in touch yet, we can potentially work with you if you're licensed and insured. However, if you are starting off, there's so many places to get work. You've got, as I said in the last video, Facebook Marketplace. Now to delve a bit deeper into this, that can be just local groups within there. If you're in these groups, people will always be asking for, do you know anyone that can remove my rubbish? It's really simple. You also have Gumtree, which, as I mentioned last time, isn't the best, but again, you can get some good work out of that. There's websites like MyBuilder.com, Checkatrade.com. While some of these do cost money to sign up to, some of them are free. They are worth it. I started with Checkatrade. I've used MyBuilder.com. I've also used Google AdWords. This is probably the most expensive one. I mean, we've spent hundreds of thousands, millions on AdWords in our time in business. And yeah, it provides us good work. But if there's one thing I could say more than anything else is word of mouth, and you actually being in a room with someone and talking to them is gonna get you better business. Your local builder who you've met down a pub, all these people that you meet along the way are the long-term customers you actually want, not the one-offs that come through these sort of social places that probably won't stick with you and are looking for the cheapest option on the day. Or sometimes they are looking for the best person, and if that's you, that's great. When you're starting off, friends, family, they can really help you. My first job as an example, I remember it was a neighbour down the road. He was getting his driveway ripped out, and I remember just seeing it and going and knocking on his door. I knocked on his door and said, I saw you're getting your driveway done. You're probably going to get a skip or something. And he said, yeah. And I said, look, I'll do it for you for £300. And that was my first ever job. It felt great. I remember thinking straight afterwards that, wow, this is for me. I can do this. And from there, we actually printed off loads of flyers and leaflets that we dropped to people's houses. So if we were doing a job on one road, one of us would walk up and down the road and post flyers through other people's letterboxes just while we're doing that job. It takes probably 1-2 minutes, between two of you to do 10, 20 houses. People don't tend to mind it. And I think we gave out about 2,000 or 3,000 flyers over the space of a week or two. And out of those flyers over 2 or 3 months, we got about 60 to 70 jobs come from it. In this business, most of your customer base are people that are unable to do this work themselves. You can also, with the jobs you've completed, you can ask them to recommend you in the future, and if they do, you chuck them a healthy discount on their next collection. Something like 20%, 10%, however generous you're feeling really. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about getting that volume of work in, which helps grow the business, and they're marketing it for you. So if you give them 10% or 20%, it's a benefit to the both of you. So all of these methods we've just discussed work for any business, especially when you're starting off. Very simple, very cheap. In my last video, I mentioned about researching your competition for their pricing, so it gives you an idea how to charge on these jobs. But it's not just that. When you're researching your competition, you really want to have a look at what defines their service. So as an example, some waste companies will provide a free cleaning service on completion of the job. Others will provide potentially free vouchers to spend in their local second-hand shop. You should also look to provide special services like this where possible so that you're not left behind, because these other people in the market that are offering these services have a higher chance of getting the job over you. Especially if your competitors are offering this level of service, you need to make sure that your service is as good or better so that you get a higher chance of landing these jobs. In this video, we've covered how to set up and start off on a low budget. We've covered where to get your jobs through different advertising methods. And we've covered how to differentiate your service value with customers. If you got value out of this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It takes just 1 second and it helps me out a lot. Really appreciate it. See you on the next one.